Guys, Herblin here. Welcome back to another Let's Play of Dwarf Fortress. We just got in some migrants, which is really cool stuff because we were actually able to get a lot of different fishery workers. As you can see here, we've got fishery workers kind of coming in. We've got people that are able to do some more fishing and fish cleaning, which is very exciting stuff because that's something that we're definitely going to need a lot more of. As our fortress continues to grow, we're going to need more and more people really going out getting fish for us. We're just going to set up a little fishing zone, hopefully up here along the river, to make sure that everybody's keeping busy with fishing, and that we're actually getting as much food as we possibly really can. We're going to need another fish cleaner at this point as well, with the amount of fish that we should hopefully be bringing in. So we're going to need a fishery, and that's going to be H on this menu here. Let's bring this right up here and build that out of peachwood logs. We also were able to get down that little bit of a wall, which is really cool. So that's going to help us out a lot, I think, in our first invasion. Now these fishery workers should be going off to go fishing. Yeah, these guys are going off to do some fishing. And then we've got some people ready to do some fish clean once that's all ready as well. Our mason is still cutting up some statues, and we've still got lots of things being made for the fortress. Here's our guys making statues here. This guy's making barrels. I'm going to give him a bit of a break from barrels and put him on door duty for a little while because we do have a lot of barrels now. We also have a guy doing a lot of kitchen work, and we've got another guy doing brewing, which is great. We've got alcohol coming in, we've got food coming in, now we've got fish. So that's going to be great. So we're going to survive on fish and beer for the most part. And we've got a little bit of a rat problem. I've noticed we've got some dead rats in here. Maybe we'll assign a cat in here later. Dead hamster in there. And we've got some fish laying on the ground. So hopefully those all get cleaned up. Still waiting on them to clear out this workshop area down here. So I might fast forward and cut through that in a little bit. The water's all unfrozen, which is cool. We've got a nice little waterfall dropping down here, and we can see what kind of rocks are coming in. Once we start mining up some stuff, that's going to be really great. You know, our mine also is not really being super productive right now, so I'm just going to set up some mining. Again, more shaft mining, just so we can kind of see what's out there in any given direction. Hopefully it's not all the same. Like, I'm really hoping to run into some metals soon and start getting some stuff made up. We're going to need different tools. We're going to need weapons. We actually were able to get a metal crafter with our last group of people, so that's going to be really exciting. We're going to need spears. We're going to need swords, axes, all kinds of things, armor, you name it. And once those guys are coming in, once we have all those weapons, we can start training. Actually, out of training, we can also make some wooden practice stuff as well. I'm going to make some wooden training spears, just because they're really cool. I really like spears in this game. They're not the best weapon, but if you have untrained dwarves holding a spear, they have the most chance to just stab through and hit a vital organ in an attacking creature, which makes them one of the greatest things ever. So again, we're actually clearing out that area now. We've got some stuff coming in. We've got lots of doors being made, which we can start attaching on different areas, and hopefully getting rid of some of those rats and getting rid of some of the problems that we've been running into. I'm going to put a door on this new little workshop area too. And then hopefully, once that's all cleared out, he'll go down and he'll start mining out, and we'll find some metals or something that we can kind of move forward with. Okay, now we've got a couple of guys here. They don't seem to be doing anything. We've got a strand extractor, a leather worker, and a metal crafter. Now, there isn't a lot of work for these guys yet. I'm going to give them a really simple job. I'm going to give the metal worker, the metal crafter, actually the leather worker. The leather worker makes the most sense to give this to. I'm going to give him a job in hunting. And then these two, I'm going to give jobs in plant gathering, which is right over here, so that we can keep food coming in. And then we commit that, and we can come back out here and set up an area for them to go out and collect plants from, just so we have less guys kind of sitting around doing absolutely nothing as they have been. Big plant gathering area out here. There, so those guys should keep busy for quite a while, picking up all those different plants and stuff that we're going to need. And once we have once we have a couple bows made up, or crossbows, we should have no issue with keeping food on the table. We're actually going to want a bowyer's workshop as well. Let's be in the workshop area. We'll dump that right in here. I'm going to make another big room behind as well for storage, So we're going to need a lot of storage in these workshops, different woods and metals and everything as it gets kind of further on. So we're going to need a huge, well, fairly huge storage area behind here, even bigger than the initial work stage area. Okay, great. So we actually were able to get our little bow workshop set up here. The other thing that we're going to need on top of that is a little craft workshop for somebody to come in at a craft Dwarf's workshop and build little bolts and stuff out of either bone or wood, or eventually hopefully metal as well. Now this is we're going to use an almond wood log on that one. Don't want to be waiting for somebody to haul stone all the way out there. It just takes way too long. Now you may have noticed our progress is going a little bit slow. I've created a big area in the mine that I want dug out because we were able to find a tiny little bit of metal, and I was hoping that we'd expand on that and find a little bit more, but so far it doesn't seem like there's been any luck. I believe that's cassadrate may have some metal value in it, though I could be... Okay, so yeah, that's an ore of 10. That one's an ore of 10, and this one is able to make coal out of that. So nothing super useful as of yet. Very unfortunate. Actually, this is really useful. This is what we're going to end up using to make steel bars and pig iron. That's going to be our flux stone here, limestone. Very useful stuff when it comes to making steel. It's something you definitely want, as it's super, super valuable. A lot better than making weapons out of iron or copper or bronze or any of the other metals, outside of adamantium, which maybe we'll get into later. But at this stage, if we could start making steel weapons, that would be amazing. Now we also got our little weapons pen, or our animal pen, kind of getting fairly filled up now. You can see that they're actually eating some of the grass. So there's limestone pebbles on the ground. They've eaten quite a lot of the grass. It's down to sand and little bits of stray metals and stuff out here. Dead radish plant dug up there. So we've kind of got a lot of animals packed into that one little area. We might find a little bit more for them to do later. Hopefully, giving them pens and training the dogs up a little bit to be war dogs or hunting dogs would definitely be a big success for us. Any extra hands that are going to come in once we're ready to get into a fight, we're going to make a couple wooden shields here, speaking of fighting as well, and then put barrel production back online. So that will keep coming out. We've still got the still. We ran out of things to brew, I guess. Maybe we possibly ran out of barrels at some point. Now we also need meals being prepared like crazy. Now up here we have our little fishing workshops. Seems like they're actually going pretty good. People are doing fish cleaning, getting the fish ready for butchering, and getting those prepared for meals. Then somebody can bring them down, and hopefully somebody's going to start cooking them as well. Now we've hidden other limonite, which I'm not sure what that is. Okay, so nothing too valuable. You can tell from the little graphics there doesn't seem to be any metals here yet. Yeah, just lignite, which is going to be good for furnace fuel. We've got lots of little gems and a little tiny bit of metal. Nothing huge, but again, we're just starting out our mine. Oh, wait, what was that? Was that... Looked like there may have been some kind of metal in here. What was this? Magnetite. I think that's iron. I'm pretty sure that's iron. And if that is iron, we can start using that to make steel, as we already have the flux stone that we're going to need. I'm going to clear out the production of this mining area over here for now, so we don't need that all dug out anymore. We're going to want to focus more on the iron right now. That guy's saying that there's no food available. Let's just check these barrels and make sure that's not entirely true. There's a wine barrel, rum, a lot of alcohol, rum, plump spawns, helmet spawns, river spirits, wine. Wow, they have a lot of liquor on hand. Sewer brew, I don't want to know. Longland beer, millet beer. Oh, damn. Blueberries, cress leaf, spinach leaf, cranberries. We are quite low on food. We do have a shit ton of liquor, though. Random plants that people have been picking off the ground outside as well. Super useful. I'm going to put those guys back to work because that seems to be who's feeding us right now. Make sure that they clear all the plants out front. Any bit of food they can bring in, I want brought in right now. It looks like our craft workshop just got done as well, so we can start some wooden bolts being made as well. We're going to want a lot of those built if we're going to get people going out to hunt. And we're also going to want a butcher shop as well. So once somebody is actually able to catch something, if there isn't a butcher shop, the body will just sit and decay and nobody will ever eat it, and it's just a big waste. But if we bring a butcher shop up here, maybe just outside of the wall area a little bit, off to the side of where the animals are kept, make it out of peach wood, and that should actually be pretty good. Do we have anybody that has any butchering skill? If I can just figure out where butchery is. It should be right over here somewhere. Butchery. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so we do have somebody that's able to be a butcher. I'm going to put this guy on butchering as well. Just at random. So we have somebody able to do it. This guy, somebody should be making wooden crossbows. We've got a couple made. Some decent qualities. So we've got 3 wooden crossbows made. We're going to want a couple more. And then once we're being attacked as well, we can set any of our hunters, anybody that has any crossbow experience, on defense. So they're actually really good at, they already have some skill built up from hunting with the crossbow. It's not much difference than going out and shooting at somebody with that crossbow as well. Okay, perfect. So that magnetite that we are digging up is in fact iron. So we're going to be able to make iron, then we're going to be able to make pig iron, and we're going to be able to make steel, which is going to be excellent. So we're going to have a lot of steel weapons. I feel like we're going to have a lot of kind of good gear coming out of here. With steel weapons comes steel armor, comes better troops. No matter, even if they're poorly trained, we're going to have much better troops. We're going to want to get a little metal shop area going as well. Now, I know we have the workshops, but I like to designate somewhere a little bit more specific to metal shops. I mean, these guys are dwarves. Metalworking is kind of a big deal to them, right? So let's just make sure this is even. There we go. So we're just going to make this kind of a big area out here. And then we're going to do a big storage off of that. We're going to make metalworking in there. Now we're going to do our anvils. We're going to do our weapons crafters. We're going to do kind of a little bit of everything back in there. Autumn has come. Oh, and we're also going to need a lot of different types of furnaces going, which is going to be in a room just next to it. Because we're going to need people burning wood, we're going to need people melting metals down, and we're going to need people storing all these things as well, constantly. So out here, it looks like we're still making rock statues out of that. I'm going to kind of switch them to blocks because we are going to need those eventually. And wooden bins because we were doing very good on barrels, and bins are another super useful thing as well. But I think we've got enough bins for now, so I'm going to take him off of bin duty, put him on to make a couple armor stands and a couple of weapons stands as well. We're going to need a couple buckets, we're going to need more beds as well at a certain point, so we'll just have a couple beds made in reserve anyways. And then we'll start getting our barracks and our armories and our prisons and everything made as well. Again, right now this is a very temporary type of fort. It's just very practical. There's nothing very fancy about it. I mean, these guys are sleeping on dirt and sand, and it's just a dirty, gross little hole in the ground right now. Our mine's coming along pretty great, and we've got a good impact on the ground underneath us. We've got some metals and stuff that we're being able to pull out at this point. Our food supply, I think, is actually going pretty good. We've got somebody constantly crafting some basic meals. Not making any kind of fine meals, just making very simple, easy to prepare meals to keep everybody happy. Now inside of here, there's just tons of biscuits and wine biscuits. I don't know what a wine biscuit is, but we can take a look at it. This is a stack of 7 finely prepared dwarven wine biscuits. The ingredients are finely minced salmon and superiorly minced dwarven wine. So I guess they've cut up some dwarven wine. Must be kind of a solid item. Not really too sure how that works, but Hey, who knows? It's pretty cool they built all this stuff, though. Now up top, oops, it just went down. Yeah, so we've got a lot of trees left here, and we've got a lot of plants on the property. And we've just got this tiny little wall right now protecting us from the outside world. We're definitely going to want to build that up a lot higher. Just right now, we're really focused on using everybody doing what they can do. That being said, these guys are out hunting, or attempting to hunt right now. This guy that doesn't even have hunting assigned is for some reason trying to hunt small animals. Not sure what's going on with that, but somebody has made some wooden bolts, it seems, and we finally got some guys going out to look for meat and look for something for us to eat. So once they catch something, they're going to bring it back to this butcher shop. Doesn't look like anything's been brought in. There's no blood or no bones and bits of gunk laying around yet. But once they do, it's really cool. They'll harvest that animal. There'll be tons of bone. There's going to be leathers. There's going to be all kinds of different things that people can craft out of in there. So then once we've killed an animal, we can actually set somebody up to be a leather worker, a tanner, and they can take apart the leather hide and make it into a piece of leather to craft out of. Somebody can make quivers or clothes or water containers or just about anything out of these different things. Armors, obviously. Even though we're going to want to focus on metal armors as time goes on, but it's still really cool. We can do quite a lot with that animal, as well as the bones we can turn them into more bolts to hunt more animals. We can use the bones to make different types of armors and weapons and everything. Somebody just actually created a masterpiece wooden bed. I have to take a look at that. That's kind of cool. I think that's our very first masterpiece that we've had made here. So what's inside of here? I guess that's Q to look in there. Is it? No, I thought it was T. Yeah, there we go. T. Sorry about that. So this is a masterful hazel wood bed created by Dukin Mamotinish. Now that's great. We've got something very valuable there and a mastercraft bed. The problem with mastercraft things and the problem with having nice things is the more nice things we have, the more likely goblins or kobolds or somebody's going to want to come steal these nice things from us now that they know that we have things. These guys are eating different meals. This guy's eating rhubarb biscuits. These are biscuits prepared from rhubarb, wombat tripe, and minced rhubarb. Don't want to know what wombat tripe is. This guy's eating alfalfa biscuits, minced wombat tripe, and minced alfalfa. Interesting. Not sure what wombat tripe is. Not entirely sure. I want to know. These guys seem pretty content to be eating a lot of different biscuits, though. They seem to have a good supply of liquor and a good supply of different random biscuits. So these guys have beer barrels. They have... Oh, I don't know what that was. Finger millet? Oh, we can actually take a look. Finger millet beer. Okay, some more alcohol. There's a dead rat there next to the wine. Very tasty. Adds some nutritional value. A barrel full of biscuits, celery, trouts. So we've got a lot of food coming in. We've got our little chef. He's pretty busy here. He's not amazing, but he's getting the task done. Uh-oh. So we've actually just have a merchant has come in, but we don't really have anything to trade or anything that we really want at this point. So that's something that I'm just going to, for the most part, ignore them. They're going to want to have a little conversation with me, see what kind of things I want. I've never really been big on trading. Sometimes once I get a little bit more established, it's definitely worth trading. You get some really cool things out of it. So, Dormus Lurinod, I am your liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss your situation. The world is the same as ever. What requests do you have of our merchants? So, what kind of things are we going to want? Like, possibly we're going to want... I don't know. Maybe some kind of weapons? I could see us wanting that. Then again, maybe not. We're going to want some kind of weapons, I feel like. Maybe some short swords or, battle axes we'll put up. Spears. We pay more for these things, but it means they're more likely to bring them. Not going to need crossbows. Maybe I'll put that all the way up just to see if they bring us any really cool ones, because we're going to have people that are pretty good with crossbows at that point. So that's all we're going to really want is some weapons. Look over these documents. These are the things that they want, which seems to be nothing right now. Nothing special. Let's discuss what we are willing to offer for your craft store ship. Look over the documents. Okay, so these are the things that they want. They want us to make shields and bucklers, splints, bracelets, tanned hides, anvils, cut gems, thread, rings, armor, and quivers. Interesting. I look forward to meeting our next year. Our fortunes will rise and fall together. Maybe. Maybe I'll just end up robbing them. I don't know. I've done it in the past. It's not something I like to make a habit of, but it's kind of fun sometimes, robbing the other dwarf or the caravans that come in, especially the elven caravans. It's so much fun. Really pissing off those elves. So somebody's been down here making more bolts. Seems like we do have a lot of bolts in stock. I'm going to turn off that and focus a little bit more on something else for now. Let's if they come in here to build anything, I'm going to have them build maybe a wooden... Yeah, that's kind of cool. Little wooden things, little cups, bolts, crafts. You know, there's nothing I really want there. Maybe some cups. That could be kind of cool, or a wooden hive we might need later if we set up some beehives. So we have them kind of laying around. Make a wooden crown, why not? I guess bolts are really where it's at for that. As far as my playthrough goes, I've never really been big on making crafts or anything impractical like that. But making anything out of wood, hopefully that will just irritate the shit out of the elves, because we do want them to attack eventually. It is a lot of fun fighting with the elves. They are a pretty easy enemy. They come with really kind of shitty weapons. No food available. Again, we keep getting this message about no food being available when they try to go give it to somebody. But is it just they're having a hard time finding that food? Because there's a ton of biscuits. There is a ton of food just laying out in the open for somebody to come take. I'm going to make another food stockpile as well, just because it's kind of weird that they're not finding that. I'm going to put it right up here by the door, just across the hall from the other one, and put a door on it. Because, hey, we're doing good on doors now. Door fortress, right? That was a stupid joke. Peach door. Yeah, just a bunch of peach doors. Oh, hey, we can put another door up here. We've got it. Why not? Put them on all these little separate areas. Just because we can. And it makes people happy if they see a nice one. It makes dwarves happy, rather. This mine's going pretty good. Got a lot of stuff coming out of it. These guys are going to be very busy pulling things out of it for quite a while. And we've got this guy is still making... What's he on now? Beds. So he's just making an endless supply of beds right now. He must be bored out of his mind. Let's give him something else to do. Let's do a couple animal cages. Let's do a couple cages. An animal trap. So we have that when we're ready for that. Hatch. And we're going to need cabinets as well. So that once we start making bedrooms, once we start having the ability to make different bedrooms, we have some furniture to throw in them and keep everybody happy. As well as offices, I believe you need a cabinet for each office, or you need some kind of storage area, like a chest or something. Excellent. So our stockpiles are not being stocked very well, to be honest. We've got not a lot going on here with the butcher shop. Doesn't seem like anybody's really caught anything as far as our hunters go. They're kind of minimalist and they're not super well equipped or understanding of their task. So they're currently hunting small animals. They don't have any knowledge of it, and I haven't even assigned that skill or that job to them. Our actual hunters are doing absolutely nothing. One's sleeping and one has nothing to do, apparently. He feels that he has no job to do right now, which is strange. There's bolts, I believe. Yeah, there's got to be bolts and there's got to be crossbows. So he should be okay, but maybe there's just not enough animals laying around. Maybe he's concerned with that. What's there here? What do we have animal-wise here? We have all these, we have kind of random animals here. Stray buffalo, got a couple cats, those would make good food. Two-humped camel, I think we had a pig somewhere. I really thought we had a pig somewhere. Got a stray dog. What happened to that pig? Oh, yeah, pig. Oh, piglet. And a goat. We don't want to kill a piglet. Not until it's big and strong and tasty and delicious and full of bacon. Big waste. You know, this guy might be kind of good. What's his job? Miscellaneous. Let's see what his preferences are. Is he ready for slaughter? He prefers to be slaughtered. Let's eat that guy. He'll be a delicious meal. Somebody's gonna come out and just drag him off to the butcher shop in a few minutes and just butcher the shit out of him and drag all the meat into another room. Ah, here he goes. Ah, he's been slaughtered. So what did we get out of him? We got... ooh, a hoof. A bunch of fat. We got eyes. Tasty bits. Cartilage. We've got lung. Very good part. Got his heart. Intestines. Got everything out of this guy. This game thinks of everything. We got his whole area. Yeah, I even dropped some sweetbread. I'm not sure how an animal has sweetbread inside of them. Not even prepared out of anything. Very strange. And he even dropped a little bit of meat. That's really cool. So somebody's going to have to bring that in and hopefully get that cooked up right away. Otherwise, it's all going to go to waste. But it looks like everybody's kind of bringing... yeah, that guy's bringing in bits of meat and bringing in different things. Oh, are they feeding the... were they feeding the animals bits of that guy? It almost looked like he was bringing bits of meat to the cats and dogs of their newly lost friend. Kind of creepy. Kind of creepy. That's okay. How's our mine doing? They are still digging that up, eh? I'm just going to cancel the rest of this because I don't want them to waste more time digging that up. It's going to take way too long. I was hoping that would be something that was done quite a while ago. We don't have the time for that. We're going to have... you know, we're going to run out of things for them to do. We need them to start bringing up these metals, and we need obviously a lot more pickaxes being made because we're going to need a lot more miners as time goes on. Once we have people coming in with really useless jobs, we're going to have peasants coming in and people that don't really have any skilled trades, and we can skill them up, give them mining jobs and give them different things. We're going to have somebody come in that wants to be a gem setter or a soap maker, and you know, there's not a lot of work for that around here, so we'll give them a task in mining or something. Get them skilled up in the areas that we want them skilled up in. So this guy's... yeah, they're not able to feed the dogs. There's no food for the dogs. Maybe the dogs won't eat biscuits or something. Keen sense of smell. Doesn't say that he's hungry, but it doesn't say that he's doing well either. We could slaughter him, but you know, we're gonna want to train those dogs later and pen them up somewhere. They can sniff out thieves or attack people if we tie them up at the gate. We just haven't really gotten that far yet. We haven't gotten to the point where we're starting to do that. We really need those miners to come up and dig out these little furnace areas so that we can get that underway, because we're going to want wood burners as well. That's a very important job around here. Where's furnace? Workshops? Is it under workshops? Furnaces. We need furnaces. Burning rooms. Furnaces. There we go. Furnaces. We're going to need a wood furnace. I'm going to throw that right in the workshop. Screw it. Not the smartest thing to do. Make that out of limestone blocks. And we're going to want... we'll put the smelter in somewhere else. For now, we'll just get people burning out wood and getting us a good supply of charcoal. And, yeah. Once we have, like, forge fuel going, then we can start... Once these rooms off to the left are cleared out, over here, we can start throwing our metals in there, and we can start smelting those down into super valuable resources and making something really cool out of them. Making our weapons and making our armors and making our better bullets a lot better than wooden ones. But as far as this episode goes, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to save up and post this video as it is. We've come quite a ways so far. I know it doesn't seem like a lot's been done, but we were able to dig out a lot of the mine. We were able to find some more, some valuable iron, which was much needed, and get our food supply somewhat under control, and got people making liquors, and we got a couple rooms a little bit more kind of fleshed out, I believe, as well, such as the workshop areas. And we are able to put butchery to the test, and we are able to murder a poor buffalo and leave his cartilage laying around inside a building full of hair and gross bits. So that was kind of fun, right? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, leave a like or a comment. Subscribe to my channel if you are really feeling it. It helps me out just so much. Like, it really means a lot to me when you guys subscribe or leave a comment. Thank you so much. Until next time.